Hello guys and welcome back to SRL. We are here for round 13 of the championships. Only a few more races to go after this one. We are here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We could see a new champion, but with both drivers here, we have 15 drivers, so we are doing the full quali. So just to run through everything, that's not an announcement, it is standings. So for the championship to go to next week, Clar, even if Reese wins, Clar would need to finish P2 with fastest lap, and then it kind of goes all the way down through the system. So yes, we are here. Just need to message someone quickly. I will just be with you in a second. We got anyone watching? Not as of right now. I think we have Havoc on his way out, so but we have Bond. Sorry, I don't have any facts with me today. I will just go through a few for you. First race I believe was in 2004. It was indeed. Most wins in real life has been Lewis Hamilton with 5. Most wins as constructors has been Ferrari. Circuit length is 5.412 kilometers or 3.363. Laps will be 57. I'm not very good with maths, so I think it's 29 for 50%. Last race, which was only a few months ago, was Charles Leclerc with a 1:30.558, and the fastest lap in real life for that race was a 1:34.570. It was also cancelled in 2012 due to the human rights activists looking for a cancellation, which does happen. And then they've had a few changes of the circuit, obviously most recently in 2020 when they were using the outer part of the circuit. I think it was like around about 55 seconds for a lap, I think, in qualifying. I wasn't too sure, but here we go. So the championship is basically between Reece Simo and FRT Clar. I don't think we have anyone returning. Hopefully Neon Shockers' internet can actually hold up this week and cause no problems for everyone. We can always hope. So yeah, it is between Reece and Alfie tonight. I do believe if Reece finishes, Alfie would need to at least get the win tonight to make it go a little bit further in to going to the penultimate round of the season. Obviously not long till the new season starts. I'm looking very forward to it. Obviously yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but anyway, we have one of the championship contenders on track of Reece Simo. We've got Jake Cole returning as well after Bond's getting a little bit wary on the exit. Hope everyone is having a lovely evening. It is 7 minutes past the hour, and Bonge about to set his first laps of qualifying. It's a 1:27.6, followed by Brando, who goes 4/10 quicker. I think the spare is Oh, Havoc goes even quicker there. We have a yellow flag. That's Bond getting well out of the way. Not exactly the best place to park your car, but we also have now Alfie out on track, and I think Gangster, no, that's going to be Neon Shockers coming out of the pits. 5 round pops up into P4, Pimple Stream in P5. Gangster Owl, a little bit of a slow lap. I do believe he spun not so long ago. Tazonic gearing up for another to start his lap here. Let's get on board with Jake Cool. Obviously no one to be eliminated in this session unless we have some DNFs, which will most likely happen because it usually happens. And Jake Cool goes even quicker with a 1:27.2. Reece Simo on his lap now. Going to have a Haas just ahead of him. Reece with the gold on his helmet could potentially win it here. Obviously, if Alfie does crash and DNFs, I do believe he would only need the 3 points, because he is currently 30 points ahead. 33. No, that's a lie. 48, I think, still remaining, I believe. Reece Simo going to get slightly held up. I don't think he's going to be held up all too much. He's going to get a slipstream though. It's definitely going to help his lap. And he crosses the line. Only goes P2. Not too far off Jake Cool there. We have a yellow flag. That might be for Tazonic. Not on a relatively fast lap. Alpha on the other hand is low. Let's ride on board with him for the rest of the lap, using the esports line. Obviously Alfie, who wasn't here last week, another yellow flag. I don't know why Tazonic is going slow, but I guess he's just getting a slow lap in. Obviously it would be nice to get everyone on the board. But FRT Clark rounding the final corner, DRS wide open. Is this going to be a 1:26? It is a 1:26.5, and Alfie showing that he is in this fight with Reece Simo. We've got Neon Shockers. How's his internet holding up? Looks like it's a lot better than it was at Canada. If anyone was here to watch it, then you would have seen the absolute shit show that it was. That is also because his internet connection is washed. I've got a Ukraine helmet on this season and no one noticed. Are you out on... Well, I would notice, but you're not even on track. So, Neon Shockers pops himself up into P2. So no one can touch FRT Clark at the moment. Bonge is back out on track. As I said to him earlier, my driver of the season, obviously missed, I think, the first 6 rounds as I was racing, and then yeah, he took my place, kind of forced once again to come back, and yeah, he's been strong ever since. Only had 1 DNF all season, which was at Belgium. Wasn't even his fault. Wasn't really anyone's fault really. It was just unfortunate coming together with I believe it was with Jake Cool, I believe. So you probably wouldn't want to be anywhere near him today, especially with their history. Anyone on a lap? I think that was Clark coming into the pits. Let's have a look at the spare. I think he's just doing the rounds again of setting laps after laps. Let's have a look at I did what? Expand on that please, and you will go out again. Thank you very much. I will. There you go. Let's have a look at your Ukrainian helmets then, shall we? Have to wait for you to come up the actual pit lane so I can have a look. Yes, that's fair. And Adam is out, so he will be taking no part in qualifying. He is also now host for the rest of the season, so hopefully we'll have more of a stable connection. Elton Brando is also now out. Has he crashed? Oh. Lads, you don't even have to go that quick. Oh dear. Oh, John is... I noticed the helmet. Oh, okay. I don't really tend to look at that many people's helmets. Bond is apparently using a new one, so... And he is. It's very nice. From what I can see anyway. Paper Stream... currently down as time, but I believe he's just putting in the laps. Well, Bradford is currently off track, but is on an out lap, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know what Jack is now doing. Don't crash into him, otherwise that would be hilarious, and then you are indeed washed. Got Bond rounding the final one. I don't know if he's gonna... he is going to start a lap now, so let's ride on board with the reigning champion. Looking to get his second title next season. Obviously he started a little bit late this season, but has done a pretty decent job from now on. Obviously he had a bit of a... has definitely helped Reese maybe towards a Constructors' Championship. Obviously he gave him the win last time out, which was very nice, but that is teamwork for you. 5 round people are now retiring in the pits because they no longer need to come out. I mean, no one needs to set a lap apart from Brad. He's about to coming out the final corner now. F30 can literally suck mine. Oi! I have no brain cells. I'm not saying nothing. One slightly down. I don't think he's putting all too much into his laps, but doesn't really need to. Simo. A little bit off the pace. I'm not really sure if that's his full going here, but I'm sure we'll find out when we get into the next kind of couple of qualifying sessions. I do believe that is Bond back into it. It is indeed. I am definitely looking forward to next season. Obviously, a brand new track. Obviously, some new track designs, I guess. Obviously, with Australia, Abu Dhabi, and Spain all being on the calendar for next season. I am looking forward to it. And obviously Miami being pre-season as well, so that's going to be very interesting. Recently has apparently gone fastest, and that is Paper Stream. Nope, that's Spare spinning. Could have nearly been both AlphaTauris out of qualifying. Bradford goes up into P7, so no one really needs to do a lap anymore, so we can all basically retire now if they wish to, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. And Havoc running out wide once again. Jake Cool up on his time ever so slightly, so he should pop himself up into P2 here if he got a decent run out of the sector, and he does pop himself up into P2. Second driver into the 126s. Reese did say to me that Jake is around his pace, so I'd imagine Reese is probably holding back a few tenths. Let's just watch the Spare, or should we watch Brad? Obviously another world champion in this league. We only have the two, which is Brad and Bond, obviously in SRL / SVOR. Obviously we'll have, I believe, 4 in the next season. Obviously season 1 champion of SVOR, Pogu, returning to league racing in, I think, like maybe 2 years, I think it was. And obviously we have Season 2 champion of the man we're riding on board with now, Bradford. Season 3 champion was Killian, but he's no longer part of the league. Season 4 champion, I guess you can say, being Let Joe, who is kind of still part of SRL but no longer races. Maybe he'll join next season, you never know. And obviously we are reigning champion of Bond, who is back out on track on a, I believe, a scrub set of tyres, so I think he's just getting the tyres in. Yep, 2 years worth on the time, but I'm back. Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like I'm going to be doing, I don't think I'll do any league racing on the next game. I kind of got bored of kind of racing. I'll do like career mode and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to actual league racing, I think I'm kind of done with it all. It's been fun. Obviously I've won my, well, I guess you can call it a championship and being in F2, but it's not really what I wanted, but a championship is still a championship, I guess, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then obviously, yeah, whoever wins this season, so we'll have 6 different champions in all the years we've been doing this league, whether it'll be FRT Clark or Reese. If I was going to put my money on anyone, it'd probably be Reese, just with the gap that he has, but we've all seen how that happens in real life, especially with Max Verstappen nearly losing his championship until a Michael Massey thunder clap his cheeks. And yeah, that was all fun and games. Bonds to the line. It's going to be improvement to P3. Be interesting to see if he helps his teammate out here tonight, especially if he's running in P2 and Reese is in P3. Will be interesting to see if he'll become the second driver again, or the team player, I guess you can say. Neon Shocker's fastest in Sector 2 apparently. Has Reese Simo just ahead of him, but Reese is about to start his lap, so he shouldn't really be in the way of Neon Shocker. Neon Shocker is looking to have a better internet stability here. Neon Shocker's to the line, goes up to P3 with a 27 dead, so nearly into the 126s, but not as close as they'd probably like to be to spare, still doing his laps. And Tazonic is still chilling with a 2-minute 23 lap. Definitely wasn't wanting to push on those tyres or those laps that he did. Oh, Reese has spun. No damage though. Needs to wait for Neon Shockers to go on through. And that will probably be the end of Reese's qualifying, I would imagine. Yeah, with half a minute to go. What's everyone else saying? How is everyone? I mean, if you're asking also me, I guess I am technically everyone, I suppose. I am actually doing fairly well. Only a few more weeks, only 2 weeks after this, and then the season is over. I feel like this is probably our most successful season. Just with, see, how I would like it is just like everyone kind of similar pace, I guess, but SRL being quite a small league, even though it's been out for like, well, been a thing for like 3 years, it's still like a small league compared to most of the leagues out there, especially with most leagues having at least maybe 6-7 years experience. I mean, I personally started league racing on I think it's 2017, so I've only been league racing for like 5 years, so some may have started on like the lower kind of like 2013. That's when I think I started watching league racing, but then yeah, but there we go, that is Q1 over and done with. I started on 2019. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think everyone has kind of started kind of nearer to the time where these games started getting worse, personally. So there we have it. That is the end of Q1. FRT, Clark, Jake Hall, Neon Shockers, Bonds, Reese, Havoc, Bradford, 5 Crown, Despair, Paper Stream, next out, Eclipse, and Tazonic, all making it through to Q2. But out of qualifying, we have Brando and RSF1 Hunt, who are both washed. So there we go. That's a start. I'm only joking, by the way, lads. Obviously. Yeah, probably, but I can see both of them finishing in the points, though. I definitely see it. But here we go. Time for the real stuff, I suppose. Went FDRL and I heard of this league from Paper Stream, so I decided to join. I'm happy I did. Hurt and offended. You know I like you. Not in that way. I'm not gay, but we move. Who's in the Red Bulls? No one's picked a Red Bull. I don't blame you. I mean, I was in. Was I in? I think I was in FDRL for a little bit. I was also in. Is it RPRL that Ramsey also hosted? I only won one race, and that was in USA, and that was just luck, I suppose. Those leagues weren't that bad, though. I think it was just no one really likes doing full distance, and no one really cares about performance leagues. I mean, the only performance league I ever did was DRL, and I didn't do too bad in that league, I guess. I think I finished second that season in like the F2 division, and we actually had the F2 cars come into the game, and I actually won the championship. I actually finished P2 on the final race because someone had crashed. I think I finished like P3. I needed to finish like P2 or something to actually have a chance of winning it. I think ASAP Bizzle won that season. Can't actually remember. But me and Yorkie, a person who used to race in SRL, we kind of went against each other. And Bonge could have won it. I reckon if he was allowed to kind of stay, he would have won that championship. That's like no doubt. Talking of Bonge, he's about to get Q2 underway, as he did in Q1. And we've got everyone kind of out on track, bearing couple of drivers, both Ferraris and Reese and Bradford, just chilling in the pits. No one else has really said anything, so. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about SRL or next season, or kind of what we have planned for next year's game, well, next season's, well, yeah, this year's game anyway, I should say. Just ask me some, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Paper Stream going a little bit slow there. I think Eclipse is about to start his lap. But yeah. When is the new Discord? I believe we're going to be adding people as soon as this season's finished. I believe. I think the Discord is basically done, but we're waiting on this season to finish because we have a kind of updated logo. It's the same logo, but we've just added a couple of bits. Bonge jumping into the pits. I think he may be going on to the mediums, so we'll jump on board with Jake Cole, who's not about to finish his lap. Gangster Owl will be the first driver to set a lap. Got another yellow flag Maybe that would be one of the Ferraris. Thanks to Al. I just realised that I have no HUD on. That was clever, wasn't it? We'll go best. Ugh, fair enough. Yeah. We don't want to like have people going in there. Like it's. I think there might be a couple of more things that we need to add. Habit goes even quicker. Dang, that's actually really good luck from Alfie though. Habit only just beaten it. So we've got Ferrari 1, no not Ferrari, Mercedes 1-2. Alfie realising that his teammate was on the inside of him. I'm sure Havoc would like to help Alfie, I would imagine. We have an off, and that is Jake Cole off into the barriers. And Bond is out on mediums. Spare pops himself up into P3, Eclipse P4, thanks to Al in P5. Paper Stream with a very slow lap there. He was slowing down quite a bit. We have a Ferrari off, which was 5 Crown, who's currently off the track and doing what he likes. Tazonic low on a lap now. RSF 1 time. Don't know what Neon was doing there. Jack is on a lap. Neon is in the pits. I didn't actually see what was happening, so I'm sure if any wrongdoings have been happening, then I'm sure it will probably get sent in, and then we'll have to kind of deal with it. Didn't have anything to look at last week. I mean, we had Andrew kind of leaving the race on track, but we had no evidence of that, so couldn't really do anything about it. So yeah, it's just kind of wait for this season to end, and then new Discord, which is run by Bonge. Only reason we're going for a new Discord is because of the owner of this one, which isn't actually me, funny enough. Hasn't really been around all too much. He's busy with work and all that kind of stuff, so we have, I believe that is going to be Despair rounding the final corner, and he is coming in to the pits. Gangster Al, it was going somewhere. Oh, nearly spins himself into the wall. Let's have a look at, is 5 on another lap? I don't think he is, especially running that. Oh dear. Havoc is doing laps after laps, I think, at the moment. He's got on board with Bonge. Okay, the power down. I thought Neon didn't lift enough before he started his lap. I mean, I don't think I saw it, so... Well, if you think like it's wrongdoing, then obviously send it in. We do have another spin from the Ferrari. I'm not exactly sure where he is. I think he's got going now, so... Oh, Bonge nearly having a spin himself. I do believe that is Jack just ahead of him, but Jack gets well out of the way. Does not want to impede another driver. But Jack was on there. Bonge goes up to P5, good lap from him. Neon Shockers, I think, is just starting his lap. Bonge, that was Bonge. Oh, Neon Shockers in a bit too deep there. Got Reese also on a lap now, so we'll also Bradford on an out lap. So we'll stick on board with Neon, and then we'll quickly jump to Reese. Bonge hasn't apparently set a lap time on those tyres, but kind of all know that he has. Bonge again cheating. There's no surprises. I know. There's cheating on one level. That's Tazonic going slowly for some reason. Not exactly sure why. Might be gearing up for another lap potentially. There's cheating, and then there's what Bonge does. Oh, Bradford I think has spun out of the final corner. Neon Shockers on the other hand is about to complete his lap. Around in the final corner, he'd be like to probably get to where Alfie and Havoc are. I imagine he'll probably go pole now. He would indeed in the trade 6.7. Reese on the other hand, looking to get into the top 10. Obviously has not set a lap time as of yet, but he has now. Only P7, so not the best lap time from Reese there, but I'm sure he'll probably pop out again soon or go for another lap. Right on board with Bradford, who has started his lap. Apparently purple set to one, but he did have a spin at the final corner, so and he has another spin. Obviously had a broken arm, no, a broken hand, sorry, but he can no longer use that excuse as he's had his cast taken off. So if he does rubbish, that's just because he's him. Havoc retires in the pits. I would say he's done more than enough to get through, unless somehow everyone manages to find 4 seconds. We got, I think that's Neon Shockers going slowly. Yeah. Letting it will be 5 round through as Tazonic has retired in the pits. Bradford round in the final corner. I would imagine he'll probably be going again. And that's going to be the end of the lap. Thanks to Al currently, let's see if he's up in a very big lift through there. Up by 1.5 seconds though. I don't know if that'll get him above Paper Stream, but Paper Stream should realistically make it through. So if he adventures back out onto track. Al might pop himself above Paper Stream here though. And he does. Waiting for 5 round to get a representative. I can't speak, fuck off. Representative. That'll fucking do, I can't be arsed. Lap on the board. Only 2 drivers, like 3 drivers out on track, sorry. Bradford will be probably going in this lap. Against Al, I'd imagine will be in this lap. And then we'll obviously have 5 currently doing the rounds. With 3 minutes to go. Does look like Eclipse maybe falling out of the session unless he gains 4 seconds on a lap. That is one of the Alpha Romeos adventuring out. It might be Bonge. And it is Bonge. Yeah, there we go. That one a set of softs, I believe. 5 Crown has invalidated another time, so he will have to go again. We're on 28.2. That would have gone through. It would have knocked Paper Stream out, but Paper Stream only has to gain 2 tenths on his lap, and then he is also through. Whether we'll see him, Neon Shockers has retired in the pits. He is, I would say, anyone from Despair. Actually, no, I think everyone would probably make it through. Maybe Brad maybe needs to go back out. Okay, so Paper Stream is on his way back out. So 5 Crown on a lap now. Anyone else saying anything? No, my poll. I know, right? Don't blame Leon. Farm Paper Stream. Not thanks to Al. Thanks to Al. Thanks to Al out. Clips PGR has retired. He is out of qualifying. Doesn't feel like he can improve by 4 seconds, and no disrespect to him, I probably wouldn't want to try either. But Jack has definitely improved a lot over the last kind of couple of seasons, so doing what he does. 5 crown to the line, goes up to P7. So it's all about Paperstream, who is the only one realistically out on track. Bonge have a lap on board with Series 5 champion, obviously of last season. As I said, he will be going for the title, I'd imagine, for next season as well. Obviously, haven't had a double champion in SRL. We've all had, I think we've had double constructors, I think, but I can't be 100% sure. I think we've had 2 Red Bull wins, I think. Can't be pretty sure. Bonge setting the timesheets are live. He's gonna cheat now. Watch. Ah, fuck you. What you get, you cheating little bastard. Paperstream only just making the cut. Let's see what he can do. Oh, had to correct himself there. And Bonge has just left the session. He's rage quit. Let's get him back in. Invite friends. There you go, Bonge. Get your ass back in. Paperstream down by 6 tenths. I think he'll be too unhappy with P11. Basically, pole 2.0. But he needs to pick up a lot of time here. Clearly, Bonge's internet is washed. Literally. Paperstream through the fast right-hander. Let's see if he's up on his time. He's down. So this could be the end of Paperstream's run in qualifying. Like I said, I don't think he's going to be too disappointed with that. I believe, like, I feel like he's more. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. And that is going to be the end of qualifying. Neon Shockers finishes P1. Havoc P2. Klar, who did go on to the softs in case he wanted to, but he opted to stay in. Tazonic P4, to spare P5, Bonge P6, 5 round P7, Reese P8, Bradford P9, Kangstyle P10, Paperstream P11, Eclipse in P12, and Jake Cole not even getting a lap in P13. And now we have the race for pole. So put your predictions in the chat. Who you think is going to get pole? My guess will be Alfie or FRT Klar. Or if you want to go by his social media, it's Int Klar. We don't talk about that team. What's everyone? P2, nice. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Obviously, Klar, Despair, Bonge, Reese and Brad all starting on the mediums for the race. But here we go. Ugh. Oh, it's the time. It's coming up to 8:45. Should be finished around. We should be probably getting going around 9:05, I would imagine. Alright, let's go on board with Bond because he's usually the first driver out. Anyone? Someone that's Despair, I believe Bond's rule. Yep, Bond's up first. Or not. Apparently he's on his way out. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, both Mercedes out at the same time. Look, I love to see it. Despair is going to be probably the first driver. That's quite a nice helmet from Despair as well, actually. Let's get some with no HUD. We'll need to make the thumbnail. I have the thumbnail picture, I just need to put the logo and some writing on it. If anyone's actually watched the races, Bonge makes our pictures, so you've probably seen some real life events as well, such as Abu Dhabi. What else? Azerbaijan with Lewis locking up at turn 1. What else was there? There's a few other things as well. Oh, and Britain with Verstappen and Lewis as well. Alright, Despair gets this qualifying session underway. Everyone's on track apart from Gangster Al, who probably doesn't have that many tyres left. Despair into turn 1. Braking spot on. DRS wide open. Obviously 3 DRS zones here. Could potentially go for 4, especially on that back straight, but I don't think any track has 4. I think most of us seen is 3. And in some cases have gone down back to 2, as we saw at what was it? Track was it? Oh, Despair is apparently wanting to go into the support paddock. Okay, he's also invalidated, so we'll get on board with Brad. Neon P1 car P2 Tazonic P3. Oh wow. Yeah, Reese isn't really showing what he can do, unless he's just waiting for Q1, I would imagine, but I haven't really got any clue. Here comes Season 2's champion. Worth a note that John actually won the constructors basically on his own, basically. The points that he got from his drivers' championship. Bradford goes P1. Here comes Havoc goes fastest so far, but here comes FRT Clark. See if we can get into 125. I feel like Alfie could be the one to do it, to be fair. Nearly. 26.0. Holy sh... He's a whole second quicker than his teammate. Reese. 9 tenths off. Bond rounding. He's invalidated. He's coming to the pits, so... 5 grand will be the next driver to cross the line. I made my teammate irrelevant. I don't think Ramsey will be very happy to hear that. To be fair, Ramsey didn't have that bad of a season then. Obviously he hasn't raced in SRL in a very long time. Obviously work commitments. I don't really know what's going on with him, to be honest. 5 has got up to P6. I would imagine he'll be... Is he going again? Let's see what his sector times are going to be. Even Shockers is about to finish his lap. See if 5 is up. He is, so we'll have a look on board with him a bit further on down the line. Neon Shockers popped himself up into P2. Bradford is now coming into the pits. I believe Tazonic will also be following suit, and then Havoc as well, popping into the pits as well. I think we have Reese and Clark out on track together at the moment. This is kind of nice. Both of the championship contenders out on track. Don't think Reese wants anything to do with that. I think this is just mind games from the two. This is going to be a fun end to the season, I think. Anyway, let's get on board with our 5 crown cable to the pits. The spare is currently out on track, and I think Neon is on. Let's get on board with the spare as he looks to set his first lap. Truth hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. Like every teammate that I've had, barring maybe 1 or 2, I've always like kind of beaten them. I said barring 1 or 2, so spare fastest in sector 1 apparently. Constructors can't be wrapped up today, I don't think, unless everyone dies except from the Alfa Romeos, but even then I don't think there'd be enough points for them. Also got, who's that back on track? That's Bonge, who also hasn't set at that time, and Gangster Al. But everyone who hasn't set at that time is currently out on track, so spare will most likely be changing. Got a bit of a hiccup, sorry. Hiccups. I love them. Spare into the final corner. Let's see what lap time he can do. To the line. 26.4. The spare putting himself up there. He hasn't been anywhere really near the front. All, basically all session really. Until now. That's the spare in the background of Gangster Al, who also hasn't set a lap time yet, but is on a lap. Bonge will be on a lap in about 15 seconds time, give or take. I'll give my race prediction soon, obviously after qualifying has finished. Bonge is now starting his lap, so got some movement in the pits. Got both Ferraris currently out on out laps. Next to Al on a lap, shouldn't get held up at all. 106.9 in sector 2. Has got the spare behind him, but I don't think the spare is. You think you got away with that one? Yeah, naughty bastard. Thanks to Al to the line, goes P9. Maybe 4/10 off. 5 crown. That's against the rules, to spare. Can't gain advantage in coming back to the pits. So that'll be up to the stewards, I'd imagine. But it is against the rules, so. Oh, Bonge nearly. I would imagine if he would have cut that, he would be straight into the pits for another set of tyres. But there's not a lot of time to go at the moment. So this is probably going to be Bonge's one and only run. DRS wide open, and it's P3 for the Alfa Romeo driver. Who is on a lap? Tazonic, I think, will be the next driver. Apparently Bonge still hasn't set a lap time. Cheap. I was like down in the first sector. Oh, and Gangster Al is retired from the session. He'll be starting P10 nonetheless. And Tazonic in too deep, and that's going to be the end of his qualifying. Bradford is just on his outlap. I'm not sure how long is left. There's about a minute to go, so a minute and 10 seconds remaining. Who is on a lap? Got Neon Shockers starting a lap. 5 is That Brad is about to start. So it will be Havoc to set the next lap. And Neon will probably pop himself up fairly high. Spare is only on an out lap. He should get to the line. Havoc should get a fairly nice tow from Tazonic. No, it's not. It's 5 crown. My bad. Here comes Havoc around the final corner and Bonge into the pits. Havoc to the line. Stay P6. Oh, that's Race. Race rounding the final corner. Let's see if he can get up anywhere near. He stays P5. And that is not what he wanted. And I think Alfie is rounding the final corner. And he's into the 125 with a 125.8. And I would imagine unless Neon can do anything about it or to spare, that is going to be pole position for FRT Clark. Neon rounding the final corner now. Let's see what lap time he can do. DRS wide open. I don't think it's going to be enough for pole, but it gets him up to P3. And that is probably all she wrote. To spare on a lap, he is up on his time. 5 crown. That's Tazonic going up to P5. Knocks Reese down. So that is not the qualifying he wanted. Bradford, I don't think he was already on a lap. So 5 crown. Looking to finish his lap off here. I'm not sure if he's on a lap or not, but I'm soon find out, I'll imagine. Rounding the final corner. DRS wide open. He's draining the ERS, so I'd imagine he is on a lap. Just 5 crown stays P9. Now to spare, rounding the final corner, he's coming into pitch. Probably has no need to. And there we go. FRT Clark is on pole. And that is going to be it. Of Bahrain, FRT Clark on pole position with LR to spare in P2, Neon Shockers in P3, Bonge P4, Tazonic P5, Reese in P6, not what he wanted tonight, Havoc in P7, Brad in P8, 5 crown in P9, and Gangsta Al, who is, I thought he was a lap down then, but he clearly isn't. 5 Gangsta Al will start P10. Good job, Clark. Phew. Oh, Alfie with the new Clark Creations. Very nice. We will now have a 5-minute break. That's if everyone is in obedience. Good luck everyone. Wife will play if there's only 15. That's disappointing. Felt better than P7. Warming up for later. Oof. Some naughty words from Clara right there. But we move. Oh, I think Bonge actually did send me some things. Oh, he actually did. So just to go through all this, because I actually forgot. Bahrain, I kind of said there's 15 turns, 29 laps. First held in 2014. First night race was 2014. Action zones, turn 1, turn 4, turn 9, turn 10, turn 11, turn 14. Last season pole was a 125.389, which was Squire. Last season's winner was Despair. In real life pole was a 128.977, that was Verstappen. In real life last season was Hamilton. Bahrain also has the hottest race in F1 history, which was at 42.5 Celsius back in 2005, and I didn't get your message, Bonge. I'm seeing a lot of red. I think that's just you, personally. Yeah, my bad. I think it's because I was on the stream, so we will be going soon. I don't actually know what time we're starting. 1 minute past the hour, so in 4 minutes time. Everyone get your predictions in. I'm going to go with Klar to win. Shockers P2 if he can actually not disconnect and die and nearly kill everyone. And then I'm going to go with Reese P3 because Bond lets them through. That is what I'm going to say. Obviously that doesn't get Reese the win, the championship, sorry. Let's just go through everyone's starting tyres. So top 2 will be starting on the medium deal. Shockers is obviously going to be very quick at the start. I'd imagine Tazonic will probably be past Bonge. Kind of same with Havoc on Reese potentially. 5 potentially might get past Brad, who is obviously on the mediums. 5 round on the softs, and then everyone who got knocked out of qualifying all starting on the mediums, as we can see. Disappointing driver, probably Brando for qualifying at the moment. But obviously that's qualifying. He's started further down the pack and had an awesome race, so let's see if he can do that one more time. I'll say Klar, Neon, then Bonge. It's a pretty good prediction. Basically what I said, but I said that he's probably going to let Bonge will let Reese through if Reese is in 4th. Did it last week to let him win, so even Bonge, I think Bonge has even said that he's going to do everything he can to get Reese the championship, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays. I mean, Reese is starting in, what is it, P7? Oh no, P6, sorry. I'm sure he can do wonders from there. Reese, very talented driver. We shouldn't see any safety cars, really. And there's only kind of 2 places you can really pretty much crash, really. Maybe 3. With the second to last corner. After the long right-hander. Guess you could probably, after the actual auto spin curb, guess you could probably lose it there, I guess. I know you can definitely spin there. I don't know if you can fully DNF yourself, but I've seen some weird things happen in my lifetime. Obviously, where we saw Jake Cole crash in qualifying, and Brando, I think. They've just shown that you can crash around here. Obviously, we will be in Saudi Arabia next week, so definitely potential for safety car. And it will be our first stream, because the last time we were there, we didn't get a stream because I didn't actually have an Xbox, because it had broke on me. But luckily for me, Brando shared his race highlights with me, so you do get to see something from Saudi Arabia. But here we go, 3 seconds left and the formation lap will start, I hope. Yeah, and there we go. Let's just see if anyone has changed their tyres. Brando has gone to softs and Paperstream is doing what he wants. John, I know you like to, can I tell you what, would you like it on tyre? I'd imagine you will. You usually do. I'll just wait for your reply in the chat. Also, I've got a really late start to the But yes, please. There you go. Right, tyre is on for you. No, that's the wrong button. There we go. Get rid of that. So if it finishes how it is now, it will definitely go to Saudi Arabia. But if Alfie, for some reason, decides that his car no longer wants to cooperate with him and dies, then I do believe Reese only needs P8. I think the fastest lap. I'm not 100% sure. Unless it's 4 points for P8, I'm not 100% sure with R. I could just have a quick look actually. If it is 4 points, then that's all he needs. If Alfie does end up crushing. Oh, Neon Shockers with a tyre glitch, it seems. P8 is 3 points. So yeah. But here we go. Alfie has round the final corner. He doesn't have to wait all too long, but Brad, someone has just spun there. That was Reese. That's not that'll warm his tyres up, I suppose. There we go, a 1 stop or a 3 stop recommended for this race. But here we go. Oh, that's one Hunt going into his grid box now, and we will have the red lights hopefully coming on. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and Clyde's got a really good start there. And I do believe RSF1 is gaining some positions up. Let's see if we have any deaths at turn 1. None that I can see. A lot of people have lost some positions. Brando up into P11. Jake Hall up to P10. Brad has lost a few positions. As I said, Tazonic has got Bond, the same as Havoc as well, actually. We have... Oh, I thought it was a yellow flag there. I'm about to cry. I thought someone had died already. Alright, so I'm up to P12. FRT Clark looking to get that 1 second gap already, but... Oh god, Neon Shockers I think is lagging already. Please don't. Oh, it's always in the race that it lags. Isn't there a red X, I suppose, like some drivers. Might just need stabilising. Some connections need a couple of laps to kind of stabilise. Anyway, first death incoming in 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, shame. Could have called you washed. Exhale with a really poor start. Jake Cole getting past his teammate. Brad will probably come back at him, I would imagine. But Jake Cole blocking off Brando. Already looking to get into the points here. No one's pitted so far. Oh, Brad being pushed to the wall. Jake Cole outbreaks Brad though. Brando still not being able to make a move, and Bonge gets past Havoc, but Havoc has a really good exit. Let's see if he can outbrake the Alfa Romeo. Going round the outside, and he... Oh, slight contact, but... Let's see if... The Bonge is coming back at him. Oh, I think they may have made contact. I think they did. I think Bonge may have a broken front wing. Back and say, on 5. That's a fuck's sake. Yeah, Bonge does have a broken front wing. Oh, that's a big shame for him, but I mean, as I said, could have a safety car anytime soon. I think they're just trying to get out of the way of everyone at the moment. Brando down the inside of Jake Cole, but Jake Cole looking for up the inside of Brando. Brando toughing it out, but lets Jake Cole go ahead for now. Despair is still keeping up with Clark, which is the main thing. Jake Cool now looking to be overtaken by Brando. Let's see if Brando can outbrake him. He doesn't. You know, Shocker's setting the fastest lap of the race so far, and Brando's got a lovely exit out of the last corner, and Bonge, I'd imagine he will be into the pits, and he is. Not a driver to give up, so I'd imagine he'll whack on another set of potentially mediums or even hards and go as far as he can on those tyres. Looks like he is indeed going to the hards, so he'll be making a very long stint. Can still pick up some points. Let's have a look. Thanks to Al getting past the clips for P12. Very close at the moment. I don't think Clark is pushing all too much. The top four separated by about 2 seconds. Brando getting past 5 Crown for P7. Currently driver of the day so far. Bond is a long way from home, but with people ahead of him currently battling, he should be able to creep up towards them. We have got DRS now, so Alfie could be under a bit of pressure here. Despair looking for a win, and here comes Despair. DRS wide open. We have a yellow flag, and that's going to be, I think, paper stream round, and Despair into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Can he stay there? He isn't going to have DRS this round, but Alfie will. Jake Cool also getting past 5 Crown, but 5 Crown takes that position back. And Alfie not being able to get this move done again. These two are battling like that. Let's go on to there. Brando backing Jake Cool up into 5 Crown, but Jake Cool around the outside of the Ferrari driver. And what a move. That's a... And Eclipse PGR into the pit, so Bonge will make up at least one position. And imagine he'll be going hammer and tong on these tyres and pushing like hell. But here comes Alfie once again for round 2. Can't get the job done as of yet. Tazonic's starting to kind of slip away from this group. Got a slight DRS train at the moment with these three. Despair could lose. He will probably lose the lead, but he's definitely giving it all his go. And here comes Alfie once again. DRS wide open, and Despair is just going to be a sitting duck. Let's see if Neon can get anything else. Tazonic into the pits as well. I'm not sure if he's had damage. Brando has left the session. We will just get him back in. When I find him. There he is. Oh, Tazonic coming out just beside Gangster Al there. Jake Paul now getting past Brando. Obviously Brando not really anything to fight with, especially with him not being in the lobby, and I have sent him an invite. I think my man needs to get some new internet, like Bonges. Because Azonic looking for a move on Gangster Al. Just shows that the softs around here don't really last all too long. Bradford now also getting past Brando, and Brando's hard work is literally unfolding, not in front of him because he's not in the session, but Alfie with the fastest lap of the race, and Despair not looking for a move as of yet. Brando is, I believe, back in the session. Still within the points, so Brando is now pitting, so I don't know if that was his choice, but Despair is now ahead of Alfie. Havoc onto the back of Reese. Reese has actually got ahead of Havoc now, which is perfect for him. Bonge now coming onto the back of Paper String. Definitely gonna have a three-way fight for the lead here, and I really believe Brando is now got control of his car because we have no timings on the board, which is always nice. His teammate though is doing absolute bits for the team. Brando's just come out ahead of Paper Stream though, so obviously a safety car now would. Jack is going somewhere, I have no idea where. Oh, Alfie nearly running into the back of Despair. Can't be too long until Neon decides to pit. Here comes Alfie once again. He's diving inside. It's going to be a fairly easy move from the Mercedes driver. 5 round into the pits himself. Bradford moves up to P7. I think Alfie is letting Despair through here. I'm sure he's in a bit too deep there. I will keep an eye on that though, because that looked very, not sketchy, but looked very weird on Alfie's part. Looks like he was kind of shifting up the gears when he doesn't really need to. Came foul with a new front wing. Bonge now on the hunt to Brando. Bonge nearly within points, but obviously 2 drivers ahead of him still waiting to pit. Oh my god, Despair nearly putting himself into the wall. Keeps ahead of Alfie just for now, but here comes Alfie. That looked, and Neon Shocker's into the pits, but here comes Alfie once again, who has the instincts of a cat, a jungle cat as that, and he narrowly avoids a massive collision. Here comes Alfie once again. Despair, oh, he's lost a lot of time there. A few people pitting now. Neon Shockers and Havoc all into the pits. They should get out. Neon Shockers gets out ahead of Tazonic. Havoc should get out ahead of 5, and he does. Jake Cole up into P4. Will be interesting to see what Neon Shockers can now do on those mediums. Would be interesting to see if he can jump Despair. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag, and that's going to be RSF1 Hunt, and he is off the track. And I think that is going to be a broken front wing for the McLaren driver at 10 seconds. That will probably serve this lap. Oh, massive shame for Adam there. But we move to the race lead. Our Claw with the fastest lap. Despair looking for the move down the inside. Alfie leaves him enough room. And Despair will have DRS this round as well. That is going to help him. So Brando will be back up into the points. I think Adam has just got off again at the final corner. He went very wide. Manages to not DNF himself though, which is very good. He will probably come out around Gangster Owl, I'd imagine. Another yellow flag. That's going to be Eclipse. Going slow. Has he got a broken front wing? Nope. He looks fine. He needs to turn off his ERS a little bit. Stop using ERS. Change a gear every once in a while. Yeah, knob. Alright, just spare. Gonna be under a lot of pressure here from Alfie. Probably see these guys come in within the next kind of few laps, I'd imagine. Alfie down the inside. See if Alfie does it again. Just kind of doesn't do it this time, but he definitely shifted down or didn't change the gear a few laps ago. If he obviously gets on the podium, then kind of ask him that. Yeah, great battle between these two. The only battle kind of really on track at the moment until people start pitting. At the moment in time, I do believe Neon Shockers will jump these two. Well, these guys will probably be on maybe a set of softs to the end, depending on when they pit. If they pit now, then they're probably looking at a 2-stop. Spare losing a little bit of time now. Another yellow flag, and that's going to be, I believe, 5 Crown. He has also spun in a very critical place of the track. We've already seen a couple of drivers go off. The spare now looking for a move on FRT Clark. DRS wide open, and see if he's got enough straight line speed, and it looks like he has. Another yellow flag, and that's going to be Bradford round, and Clark letting the spare through. Ian Shaw's already up into P5. Been a great race on these two, doesn't it? Now getting past Bradford as well. Bradford is in to the pits, I'd imagine, for maybe a set of hards to the end. Bond only one place off from points. Brando now onto the back of 5 Crown. Obviously 5 Crown had that spin. Bonge could be up into the points now. Brando round the outside of 5 Crown though. 5 leads in the room, and Bonge is indeed ahead of Bradford into the points. Here comes 5 again. Spare and Alfie now creeping up. Oh, we've got another spin. Is that going to be... That's going to be 5 again. Taking yet another spin, and Alfie now with DRS wide open. Going to have Eclipse now. We're just getting told to get out of the way of these two. And he gets well out of the way. The spare always, no, not the spare. 5 Crown always finds himself spinning at least once or twice at a race. It usually ends up in him I didn't say anything, well, honestly. He's washed. That's all I can say. Paper Stream nearly up into the points. He's been on those tyres, I think, from the start, I believe. It's going fairly strong. No DNS though, so I swear to God, that's £5 again. I'd imagine 5 will be in this lap for a new set of tyres. No. And Despair is in. And a 5-second time penalty. Twat. Where is Neon? He is now rounding the final corner, so it's going to be close between these two. Has Neon done enough to get him out ahead of Despair? It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Despair, does he lead into turn 1? He just about. So Despair with the overcut and another yellow flag, and that's going to be £5 round once again. Will be close between when Alfie picks, which I imagine will be this lap. Another yellow flag. Bradford setting the fastest lap of the race. Pardon me. Oh, that's another. That's 5 round again. Oh my god. It has now been lapped. Oh, 5 crown getting in the way of Despair there. I don't think has suffered all too much there. Alfie has gone on for another lap. Simo on the other hand is into the pits. And should come out and 5 is spun again. Very slow getaway for the Alfa Romeo driver. Should get ahead of. Be very close with Havoc, but he will get ahead of Brando, who's quite a long way away from Reese. Neon Shock is now losing the DRS. Oh, Bradford on Bond, and that's 5 round again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Never had 1 on track penalty, and that's 5 off again. Verstappen. Paper Stream into the pits. Wait for a set of mediums to the end. Brad looking for a move on Bonds, but cannot, and 5 round gets a penalty. That's a save. Oh, Brad hits the rear of Bonds. I don't think Bonds is all too happy with that. But that's way of Jake Cole into the pits. And that's Eclipse round, I think. Simo on Havoc. Let's see if Havoc will help his teammate out. Bradford now ahead of Bond, but locks up and completely fucks that up, and I think that's a clip for 5 around again. Bonge giving Brad a cheeky way. Oh my god, Bradley spins with it. And 5 into the pits. Pardon me. Alfie's still going hammer and tong on those tyres. Probably looking to get onto the softs at the end. Probably a pretty decent strategy call. £5. If you get lapped by Jack, then you need to retire, big man. Oh, got another yellow flag, and Reese is into the pits again. He got a broken front wing. He does. He obviously had a coming together with Havoc from somewhere. Bradford now looking for a move on Bonge. Brad going to the inside, goes to the outside now, and that's not gonna phase Bonge all too much. Bonge gives him the space. Flag, that's going to be 5 again. Tazonic now up into the podium position, but obviously doesn't need to pit, but I'd imagine he's going to need to. That's another yellow flag. Oh, I think Neon Shocker has gone wide. It's got a 10-second time penalty. Oh, there's no front wing. That is definitely going to help potentially Havoc get a podium here. Tazonic could get a podium, but Jake Cole is probably the one looking, and Neon Shockers has retired in the pits for literally no reason. Imagine safety car. The spare would definitely pit. Rando into... oh my god. That's very naughty from Jake though. Have I got a broken front wing from that? I think he has, but that was very naughty from Jake. I just swiped across him. Everyone now jumping up a couple of places. Jumping to P7. Not too far off Radford. Maybe there's no point. Radford off track. Wait, am I seeing that right? 5 Crown has been lapped again by Jack. Is that the first time Jack's ever lapped someone? 5 Crown will cause a safety car, I'm telling you that now. And that's another spin, and that's him nearly out of the race. I don't know. Orange gets past Brad. And a yellow flag, and that is... oh, RSF 100 is out of the race. Is that going to be a safety car? Not at the moment, and that's 5 around again. Five is probably just about to pick up a puncture there, and that's him around, and that's him into the wall. That's no rear wing for him, and we do have a safety car, and Alfie has missed the opportunity to pit. That is going to help to spare a whole lot, and Tazonic and Bond, everyone's going to... Has Alfie just gave away a sure win here? Alfie doesn't seem too happy with is over revving of the car. The spare having to wait 10 seconds for... Actually no, I think Alfie would be okay because he hasn't caught the safety car. But everyone around him has gone on to softs, and that could... Alfie is ahead of Bond once again. Look at these two, man. Absolute jokers. Everyone will be in. Reese is probably going to get held up here. And he is. Ever so slightly. Not too much, actually. He isn't actually going to lose a position, so... It's kind of worked well. Alfie, I'd imagine, will now be pitting. Absolute joke. Really don't know why I bother. What happened, Adam? I'm guessing you've just spun and you've kind of gone into the wall, I'd imagine. I generally think 25 is 5 minutes behind. What is he doing? I think he's just kind of getting out of the way of everyone by going off track, which I'd imagine is a fair thing to do. I'd imagine he's probably going to do the same thing as soon as Reese gets up to the back of him. Alfie, just go off track and then Paperstream can overtake you. You get a power take off, it's fine. Don't hit the safety car, whatever you do. Despair is into the pits again! For a set of soft. Why did you not go on the soft the first time? Not bad. Yeah, washed up. I got Gangsta out behind him as well. Paperstream and Gangsta fighting for the last points playing positions. Paperstream will probably hit this lap because he usually does. Can't watch to go left when I was trying to go right. Oh. That's not usually how it goes. That's Brando in for another set of tyres for some apparent reason. He is going on to 6 lap old softs when he was on literally brand new softs. Why does it look like the Alpines never have a front wing on? Which it does. If you look at it from like this angle, there's no front wing. Paperstream just pitted. No, Paperstream was just overtaken the safety car. What a gazer. Oh, for God's sake, 5. It's going to be a long day for 5, I'd imagine. Brando into the pits again. Is he going back on his normal softs? Yep. I don't know why he done that. He was on fresh softs anyway. Unless he wants to be on like the freshest softs that he can be before the safety car comes in. But I have to get his a wiggle on, I'd imagine. Thanks, Saddle just wants to go. Just have to get well out of the way when the safety car does come in, which I think will be this lap. Should get the notification around about now. Maybe that will have one more lap, but I think we will have one more lap on the safety car. And 5 has once again spun. Definitely have one more lap under safety car, so Brando, I'd imagine, will catch the safety car. Paper Stream, I don't really know. Whilst we're waiting for the safety car to finish, which should be this lap. Even Paper Stream might be able to get onto the rear, who actually has unlapped himself, to be fair. So and here we go, safety car in this lap. Alfie could literally go like now. He hasn't got anyone to worry about, and I think he's about to go now. Jake Cool will have to give that position back. Yeah, flag on. Yes, it's 5. Yeah, Jake Cool with a 5-second time penalty. Simo. Despair up into Peter. Oh, he's had a bit of a wiggle. As on it now, wanting that P3. He loves his P4s, but unless one of these guys gets a penalty. I think Jake was actually told to give that position best. Be careful, 5, for the love of God. Oh, he's alright, he's in the truck. He's in the gravel, so that's fine. Brando now gets past Bonds. Or is it Bonds trying to get past Brando? It's probably that way. FRT Clark set the fastest lap of the race. It's looking to be a very comfortable victory for FRT Clark with his title challenger down in P9. That might be, that's going to be 5 retiring from this race, I'd imagine. Despair really doesn't want a penalty at this given time or place. Fair enough to 5, he's actually stayed in this race, so can't fault him. Don't know what's going on, I hardly ever crash, but this season I've done it way too much. I think you've just been putting too much pressure on yourself, to be honest, mate. I think if you just kind of go into a race weekend and think, I'll kind of take whatever, then you don't usually do as bad. But I used to stream my races whenever I used to race, and now I just don't bother because I feel like it kind of, in a way, like kind of punishes me. Like especially if I make like mistakes, it's gonna be on kind of YouTube if I obviously decide to upload it. So another yellow flag, that's gonna be 5. Does 5 not know how to drive in a straight line? If that, let me have a look. Just so Jake Tour 2.6. You should put that to think it'll be 7.9. So he'd be behind Bradford, just about. Reese now getting past Bonge. That may be some team orders. That probably isn't team orders, but you know what I mean. Jake Tour not giving up this podium fight though. I have no idea where Despair's going. Another yellow flag, that's going to be 5. Hasn't spun, but he's just going slow. Oh, Despair, I think we're going to have a wiggle there. He's trying to do everything that he can. I hope Despair will pick up DRS here. Oh, I think he was just outside the window. Here comes Jake though, and probably 5 is race over. Unless he's just going to pit every lap, then I guess fair play. Reese up to P7 now. Brando up into P5. Now needs to battle, and that's 5 crown out of this race. Bradford and Bonge now battling. Oh, and Bonge has picked up a penalty. Bonge ran the outside though. Oh, beautiful move. Oh, that's a lovely camera angle. Inject it. Oh, Brad, down the inside. You won't do it. Told you wouldn't. Sparrow's coming under a little bit of threat now. Here comes Bradford once again. These two are probably going to go at it until the end of the race. Jake, I think, will only lose the 1 position, so that's unless Taz has anything to say about it. Bradford picks up a time penalty. Ooh, Despair is going to be under a bit of pressure now. Here comes Jake. Despair will have the DRS on the next straight. Bonge now gets past Bradford. Not long to go in this race now. How close is Jake to another penalty? Warning, warning. He's one warning away, to be fair. As car starts, oh, I think that's jack off. Ha! Funny. I said jack off. Despair down the inside. Plunge into the pits. Probably gonna go for fastest lap. Sonic should get P3 if he finishes around 4 seconds behind either Jake or Despair. Should do, anyway. But we are about to start the final lap now. Fastest lap, please. Oh, Despair, you naughty. But clever, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Fastest lap incoming from Bonge, I would imagine, fairly soon. And, oh my god. That's very, oh my god. Jake Cool with a 3-second time penalty. This is going to end in tears. I can see it happening already. Oh my god. Oh, and Jake's out! Oh no. I don't even know what happened. Washed. Cantazonic. Despair got any front wing damage though. Cantazonic grab P2. Resimo with a 3-second time penalty. Oh, this is going to be so close. Clar wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, but Tazonic, can he get the line? I think Despair is going to hold on. He is indeed. Bando comes home P4. Havoc is going to come. Let's see if Bonge is currently, he is setting the fastest time so far, I think. Not with corner cutting like that, you're cheating. That cheat! Absolute cheat. You see here, what is Despair doing? I don't really know what happened, to be honest. I mean, Jake isn't even technically a part of the league, so I don't really know why he was here in the first place. But here comes Bonge. Can he get fastest lap? And he did. Cheated. Just waiting for Gangster Owl and Despair. No, is the Phipps finish? No, he hasn't. Gangster Owl will finish. No, he will get points. Paper Stream in P8 though. Absolute goat. Just waiting for Eclipse. Whilst we're doing that, waiting for him, we will invite the people in. So it was Alfie, Taz, and Despair. Not long until Jack has finally crossed the line without locking up into the final corner. Be quiet, I'll talk to you in a minute. And there we have it. The Bahrain Grand Prix is finally over. Let me skip because I can't be asked to watch Jack drive around a track. Brando with drive of the day, absolutely deserves. my goat, after me calling him shit earlier, or washed, or whatever I called him. That weird ass dance from Alfie, absolutely beautiful. Look at him, Jana Watmere. Alright, anyways, there we go. We'll have a quick rundown of the finishes. FRC Clark wins to keep his championship battle alive to spare in P2. Tazonic in P3, Brando in P4 from last on the grid. Actually, no, second to last on the grid. Havoc in P5, Reese in P6, Bradford in P7, Paperstream P8, Bonge P9, and Jake Hall, I believe he will finish P12, and Genks out, and Eclipse will move up 1-5 round, retiring very late on. RSF100 with a weird ass crash, I guess, and Neon Shockers. Oh my god, what on earth was that sound? But yeah, here we go. We will start off the interviews with P3. Tazonic, I'm pretty sure you finished P3 last week as well, so but yeah, pretty decent race for yourself, very quiet during the race, but you've come away with another podium, so yeah, just give us another few words from your race tonight.
Yeah, no, it's Fife that got the podium last week, not me. I got the youth at the end of the race, so I've got like P8 or P9 or something like that. But yeah, it seems to be a Ferrari. It seems to be a Ferrari getting a podium each and every single race, really, when there's an accident up top. But no, I was looking good for P4 anyway. After the start, I was pretty confident of that. And then obviously Neon, I'm not too sure what happened with Neon. It's a shame really, but yeah, that enabled me to get to P3. The safety car, again, very fortunate because I was running low fuel again. And if the safety car didn't come out, I would have had to fuel save quite a lot. I was a lap and a half down again, so I was very lucky with that. Now the end was all right. Jake, was it Jake? Whatever his name is.
Who?
The Alpine, whatever his name is.
Oh, Jake Cole.
Jake Cole, yeah. He overtook me before we even got to the safety car line because I was stuck behind the Haas. So he got a 5-second there, and that's like, I don't care if he submits that, like he deserves that.
I mean, he could, but he's not even in the display. He shouldn't even been racing tonight. So.
Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, he got 5 seconds. So I was like, okay, just stay with him. I know he's quicker than me. The spare had a mental start, and I was like, yeah, there's no point fighting him. He's on a mission himself. So yeah, I was just trying to hope and get P3 really. Hope to gain some points on Brando, but compared to Brando, he had a really good comeback on back of the grid to P4, I believe he got. So good job for him. Yeah. But it closed the gap a little bit. It's going to be interesting going forward. I think both myself and Brando aren't making the next race either, so it's literally just it's time for the spare to catch up a little bit, which I imagine he will, and then it will be a nice three-way fight hopefully for P3 at Abu Dhabi at the 100%. But I just want to say as well that
can't wait.
That qualifying lap, I'm actually looking forward to the 100%. I do like them. Yeah, I'm very happy with you know me, I'm very poor at my qualifying. I'm not too good over single lap pace, but I was very, very happy with my qualifying lap. I could not have done it better, even though it only got me P5, but it was, I was very happy with it.
Yeah, well, congratulations for your P3. We'll move on to P2 to spare. Before we interview you, John wants me to call you a clown.
I'm sorry, but I did nothing wrong.
We'll get to you, don't worry, hang on. Right, anyway, your battle with Clark at the beginning was very nice to watch, actually. You two going back and forth, leading and then changing paces. Quite nice to watch, actually. We've actually seen two drivers kind of on equal terms, and then migrating host, apparently. I don't know who's host. Oh, God, not him. But yeah, pretty decent race, come home P2, but obviously one of the biggest crashes I've seen all this race was you and Jake Cole. I'm not really sure what actually happened there. It looked like Jake was very desperate to get past you with his penalties, and I'm not sure if he's hit you or you've had a bit of a mistake, but yeah, just give us a few words on your race and the incident that happened.
Well, at the start, I got a good start, kept behind Clark. I think he was saving tyres though, so I think I wouldn't have won today. Maybe I would have if I should have stayed on the mediums, I think, after the safety car. It was very enjoyable battle with Claire, obviously. But yeah, I should have stayed on mediums, I think. I just came back in for softs because I thought, they would have been fast to the end. But, look at Claire, he had to, run slower in the first couple of laps on those tyres. So, I think in hindsight, I should have stayed on mediums and kept the DRS with Claire, but I didn't do it, and unfortunately, came second. But the incident. The guy's a clown, man. I was going down the straight. I let him past before, going into the final corner because I was going to go for a fastest lap attempt because I had enough ERS, DRS, and I wanted DRS, to increase my chances. So I got past him. Well, I was going down the straight, pushed me right up to the wall. Going down the straight, braked into turn 1 quite late actually. He tried to dive bomb me like a fucking idiot. Pushed me wide, and I managed to stay in front of him going up. And then we went up towards turn 4, and he dive bombing me again down the inside like an idiot. Pushes us both wide, and then I'm still in front, going around towards the S section, and I go around the outside, and I'm in front around the outside. I leave him loads of room. Him on the inside and me on the outside, and he just fucking whacks the side of my fucking car. I get orange chassis damage, yellow floor damage, and I'm so struggling near the end, and I see Tazonic behind me, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna lose position, but luckily I managed to keep it. So
Bet you're all looking forward to when we take sim damage off next season, aren't you? I can feel it. Everyone's just like wanting to kill me because I turned sim damage on for the season, but you'll be alright. We'll go back to normal damage for next season. So, but yeah, I mean I watched all of that kind of unfold, and I don't know. I mean I can't really see Jake complaining all too much. He's probably complaining to Reese because he's not actually in the Discord as he left a few weeks ago. Not really sure why he's in here, to be honest. I don't think even if he did get onto the podium, I wouldn't have even interviewed him because he wasn't supposed to race tonight. So, and I wasn't host tonight, so I couldn't even kick him. So, but yeah, pretty decent result for yourself as well, with Brando coming home in P4. And obviously he isn't going to be here next week, so
have to pull AlphaTauri up myself, don't I? Next week.
Yep.
You're gonna leapfrog us, I think.
Congratulations. Great result for you though. We'll move on to the race winner, FRT class. Sorry for the long wait to interview you, but I mean, did not set a foot wrong at all weekend. I think you were fastest in every. No, you wasn't fastest in. I think it
Q2.
was the second Q2, but I think you finished like P3 on medium tyres, bearing in mind. But yeah, I think you have just smashed another record around this track as well. So for fastest Q for pole time. So congratulations on that, I suppose. And you definitely keep your championship alive with 2 rounds remain. I believe it's around about 20 points to go into the next 2 races. It's easily done. Could become champion, you never know. But yeah, obviously good strategy call. Pitted on lap 20 when the safety car came out. I don't know if you missed the pit entry when the safety car came out, or it came out as you went past it, but
I was at turn
yeah,
1, so I couldn't have done.
Oh, fair enough. That probably made you very angry, I would imagine. You could have just pitted, but just give us a few words of your race tonight.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a very good start. I thought I was going to have a lot more grip than that on the mediums, so I was struggling a lot. So I can tell you despair that I was not saving anything at all. I just couldn't put my foot down on the exit of any of the corners, so I was pushing. But
Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, he pitted and kind of set me free to push on and do my own thing without any sort of pressure from behind or in front. So I was good to go. I was going to pit on lap 20 anyway, but safety car meant I was able to keep the lead I would have had. So So yeah, that basically just helped things out. And then I got really lucky with I don't know who it was, but there was a Haas lap car behind me, so I was able to just go at the restart, and everyone else got. Well, I didn't even know there was like 4 wide at the back somewhere because they were just trying to navigate the lap car. So I was able to kind of go from there and break DRS before turn 1, and from there it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that was gangster out in between everyone else. I think Paperstream went past you, didn't he?
Yeah, I got like a thing at the top of my screen that said illegal overtake on Paperstream, let him pass. So I didn't really know what to do. So I just let him. I had to like go off track and let him go. But, yeah, I don't know why I got it, but I got it.
I haven't got a clue. But yeah, that is congratulations on your win. Definitely a big, definitely a major win going into the next 2 races. So as I mentioned earlier on, we will be heading to Saudi Arabia for next week. Who the fuck is this? Fuck off, cunt! Don't know who it is. Get out of my fucking lobby, yeah. But yeah, we will be back here next time out at Saudi Arabia, this time next week. Until then, guys, we'll see you soon, and goodbye. No, that's F1.